The 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. And we've now reached... Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves at Target Center. Looking at the last game for Minnesota, it was a win against the Bulls at United Center. A great win for them, and they rose to the occasion and pulled off the upset. Riding high right now. And you know, the shots will be dropping tonight with James Harden on the floor. What makes him so hard to guard, Shaq?
Well, you know, I've never been a shooter, but I've played with a lot of shooters and I've studied their shots. I am a doctor, Ernie. So in analyzing his shot, he has a very controlled release no matter how many hands are in his face. As soon as he crosses half court, he's a threat to pull up.
Ernie.
Home court belongs to the Timberwolves in this one as we bring you a Western Conference matchup here live from the Target Center in Minneapolis. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. A quick trip here for the Rockets, just one game away before heading back to Houston. They've been playing very well lately. It's been 4 wins for them in their last 5 games.
You know what? They're almost perfect in their approach right now. I mean, mentally, physically, strategically, everything seems to have fallen into place. They're bound to hit a bump at some point in the road, but right now, everything is all systems go.
You know, and here's the key. Don't focus on the streak. Focus on continuing to improve every day. That's the best way to keep this thing going.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Trevor Ariza out there with Ryan Anderson. Then it's Clint Capella. Then it's Harden. And it's Gordon in at the 2. And with Wiggins, it's best to be patient with his development, and they have been to the credit of the Minnesota Timberwolves organization. But Doris, most feel once his three-pointer becomes a consistent weapon, his game is really going to take off.
I think that's exactly right, Kevin, because Wiggins can make threes at a decent clip right now, but even a slight improvement may push him to the point where he's at elite scoring levels. That first step, coupled with a strong 3 game, would make him virtually unguardable. You know, if he continues to work on his shot, you know his deep game will come along soon enough.
Now here's Levine. In the game against Chicago, very impressive. Anderson against Garnett. Pocket 6. Levine can't hit.
Boy, we know this guy has a lot of confidence in himself and will take that shot again if he gets a chance.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Tom Thibodeau. DA?
Well, Kevin, they have a specific approach to tonight's game. He told me they have to get the ball into the paint as much as possible and take advantage of what they believe is a big inch for them inside. We'll see if they're right about that tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Now here's Anderson. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. Another miss by Houston. Dunn passes to Levine. Towns a screen on Gordon. Levine kicks to Towns. It's rebounded by Houston. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Well, they're more talented, more accomplished at this point, but you can't rely on that and start taking plays off. You could get surprised.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Yeah, I think that's where you swing the ball around. Try and find a better passing angle.
Harden dishes to Ariza. 5 on the clock. Trying to find Capella. Gets it to him.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Dunn kicks to Garnett. Poked away. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going.
And the three-point game stands out as a major sore spot. It just has not been falling for him. I think at this point you start to get away from that shot. Try to engage in other parts of the offense. You don't want to hurt your team if that long ball isn't there.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Levine can't hit. For the Houston Rockets, they come in off a good outing against New Orleans.
And the thing I took away from that one was just how valuable their guys coming off the bench were.
That second unit came in ready to do damage, and it was at crucial points in the game. They lit it up.
Garnett outside. Down low. Here's Towns. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Boy, great footwork by Cat. He's really worked on keeping a wide base, maintaining his balance.
Here's Capella. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Dunn kicks to Towns. Wiggins against Ariza. Back to Towns. It's tipped. Garnett. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
Well, the length and intelligence of Kevin Garnett still making an impact at the rim.
On the wing, Gordon. Guarded by Levine. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Chang, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Midway point of the season, game's starting to add up now, Doris. How do the players keep the mental side of their game sharp and efficient?
I think the veterans have always told me, Kevin, that part of that is you just get in a rhythm and a routine. So if you're on the road, you do a certain thing at a certain time of day. You're going to have your meals at a particular point. You're going to head to the arena on the first bus, the second bus. There's a real rhythm and routine in making sure you're staying sharp.
So routine brings sharpness. Is that what you're saying?
I would say that that's a big part of it.
Big part. And Anderson gets it to go. And so it's Minnesota with it. It's a three-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
You know, they completely dominated the pace at which this was played. They scored at will, and it was on the road, even more impressive.
Here's Wiggins, and the rebound goes to the Rockets.
Ooh, he was open there, guys. I'm sure he's kicking himself that he didn't capitalize.
Here's Anderson. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Anderson's got 6.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Dunn kicks to Garnett. Wiggins outside. Garnett, the screen. Another miss by Minnesota.
I love the recognition defensively. They know he can knock down that shot, and you stay right tight to him.
Anderson passes to Gordon. And the rejection by Chang.
Oh, the 7'3" wingspan erases that shot. Nice by Gorgie Zhang.
Dunn dishes to Levine. Here's Wiggins. The putback. Ariza with the rebound. Houston leading by 5. Harden gets to Ariza. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Ariza's got his first bucket of the night.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
They need this. Garnett the pass to Dang. Wiggins kicks to Zhang. And Capella sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Done with it, and it's Gordon picking him up, and that one's good. Wiggins.
Because sometimes Wiggins better off when he doesn't have to put the ball on the deck.
Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Feeds to Anderson. Unloads. Wiggins with the rebound.
Looked like it might drop for him, and you know, that has to frustrate him just a bit. That's one of his favorite spots on the floor.
From the low block, and Garnett misses. Houston leading by 5. Inside, here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. So the Timberwolves call their first timeout.
Well, this was the match that everybody wanted to happen. A proven coach with a stellar track record pairing with a team full of young talent. Minnesota has got to be happy with the hire of Tom Thibodeau for a young core.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And it's KJ McDaniels in for Eric Gordon. Now here's Garnett. Tries to save it. He's looking for Wiggins and finds him. Levine, good. And for Coach Tom Thibodeau and the Wolves, it isn't just as coach, it's as coach and president of basketball operations. Doris, they went all in with Tibbs.
Well, there's no doubt, Kevin, and some teams might be hesitant to give that much control so quickly, but the Wolves were a team in need of direction. And when you have the resume that Tibbs has, it's certainly easier to give those reins to him. And also, they did what they needed to do in order to secure his services in what was a very competitive coaching carousel.
Ricky Rubio checked in for Dunn. Harrell, he's checked in for Houston. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. Rubio with it, and it's Harden picking him up, and the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. Hill, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Now, here's Brewer. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. McDaniels kicks to Harden. 5 to shoot. Houston moving it around. Here's Brewer. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. With the pause in the action, let's bring you the list of teams that have been lighting it up over the last 10 games. The Rockets, number 1.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
Harden against Rubio, stolen by Nene, and it's the Rockets on the break. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Garnett's checked in, and a change for the Rockets. Tyler Ennis is checked in for James Harden. The Rockets have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. Levine dishes to Jang, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. And when you see Jang, you don't expect the player, Doris, of his size to be a threat from outside, but he has a very soft touch in the mid-range, and it's getting better every year, it seems.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt. Jang can definitely face up and knock shots down. Enough, certainly, to keep other big men honest when he steps out into clear space. And also helps a lot that every time he gets to the free throw line, he's been solid there.
Now, here's Brewer. Down low, here's Onuaku.
And checking out some stats for Levine. How last month turned out for him, he's averaging 14 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
He misses the free throw.
I think one thing we can say for certain, guys, is the Timberwolves have had one of the best rebuilds in recent memory, and obviously it helps getting the top overall pick with Towns. But beyond that, they've made a lot of shrewd decisions.
Pick up by Hill. Levine passes to Hill. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And you can't award Minnesota anything until they show how far they can go with this core. Doris, the turnaround for this franchise from where they were 5 years ago is huge.
Well, I think, Kevin, it started with the Kevin Love trade, which many media members criticized. They get Wiggins from that deal, and it's worked out perfectly for them. Now it's just a matter of continuing to add the right pieces.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Doris, you've worked with so many coaches in so many different ways throughout your career. You were a player and you were an assistant coach yourself, and as a broadcaster now, do you ever see yourself maybe back on the sidelines?
Yeah, you know, that's how I started my career, Kevin. I've always thought that when my broadcasting career is over. I miss the competition. I miss working with a group of players to sort of achieve something special. So no question I see myself back there.
Now, here's Rubio. An 11-point game for him in the win against Chicago. Here's the screen. Levine for three. The shot off that time. And it's Houston the other way. Ennis kicks to Brewer. Nene against Jang. And there's the pass to Onuaku. It's stolen by Hill. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Dang. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Jang's got 7.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Ennis passes to Onuaku. Here's Nene, and slam dunk by Nene.
Listen, this guy's got a center's reach, but he moves like a power forward, and he's fearsome at the rim. Nene, go ahead.
Rubio dishes to Levine. With the floater. Garnett kicks to Zhang. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
Just scoring with great confidence, having a very nice quarter here.
Here's McDaniels. The shot, no good. Hill with some nice D. Rubio the pass to Dang. So they take the lead. He's got 11.
Well, the definition of a high percentage shooter. Terrific touch by Gorgui Zhang.
To the right side. Nene dishes to McDaniels on the wing. Brewer to the inside. Shoots it. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Nene's got his second basket of the night. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
They get it back.
The pretty dunk brings down the house.
Gracious. And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
I'll tell you, what a battle. Neither team giving an inch. The lead changing hands back and forth.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Here's Rubio. Some solid defense there by Nene.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
A nice shot by Onuaku.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Levine kicks to Rubio. 32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Moves back up. Out of hand on it. For Minnesota, they have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight. The first free throw is good. Cole Aldridge is checked in for Jang. Both free throws good from Hill. 27 seconds left to play in the first. Inside, stolen by Levine. And Rubio kicks to Levine. And Levine throws it down.
Glides into that move, suspends in the air. Levine, nice.
Anderson outside. On the wing, Eric Gordon. To the middle. Here's Capella. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Capella's got 8. He talked about a back-and-forth game. This... Oh, he hits it! How about that shot?
Tough shot.
Incredible.
3 points at the buzzer.
An absolute miracle that one went in. A circus shot to end the quarter.
Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Well, any deficiencies in their play have been masked by their ability to create second chance opportunities. This is a hard-working bunch.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Houston. Harden out there with Gordon. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then there's Ryan Anderson. And it's Capella in at the 5 down low. Rockets trail. Ariza kicks to Anderson. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Anderson's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Rockets. Timberwolves shooting around 41% on the night. Pass to Towns. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. And looking out the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Houston.
And they are going where the going is good for them right now. The painted area, high percentage, and high volume shots.
Rubio, the pass to Dunn. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on James Harden.
And for Chris Dunn, you know, everyone told him to enter the draft after 3 years at Providence. His father, his coach, he could have been a first-round pick back in 15. Instead, he decided to stay one more season, earn his diploma, and I'd have to say it's worked out pretty well for him.
And it's Gordon missing. Minnesota in the lead. Rubio outside. Expanding his range. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Well, let's take this chance now to bring up the rookies at the head of their class in steals this past month. Chris Dunn on top.
And if those numbers show us anything, it's how good he is at picking up on ball handlers' tendencies and knowing when to make his move.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Andrew Wiggins' ball handling lagged behind the rest of his game before he came to the NBA, but he's found he can use his size to post up immediately. It's a talent that many players don't develop until they've been in the league for years. Kevin, he's got the footwork, and as his skills develop, he's almost certain to become a superstar.
Sure does. Thanks, D.A. Now, here's Rubio. Following the miss by Trevor Ariza. From 11 feet away, and Wiggins gets it to go on the assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 3 assists tonight. Rockets trail by 4. It's Ariza on the wing. To the paint, Towns with the steal. Here's Dunn. Plays it up and banks it in.
Wow, the long reach of Cat. When he grabs for the ball, it's over.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Harden kicks to Gordon. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
And let's take a moment to look at some stats for Dunn. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging about 11 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad. But, guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
Rockets have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Harden, no good.
Incredible defense. Takes real courage to risk getting posterized and come up with a big stop.
Wiggins dishes to Aldridge. And that one's good. Wiggins has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, there's that in-between game, right? Wiggins silky smooth from the start.
Rubio against Harden. Here's Ariza. And again, unable to change momentum here. Here's Wiggins. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Gordon kicks to Ariza. And Aldridge sends it back. Outside. There's the feed to Dunn. Wiggins passes to Aldridge. It's rebounded by Houston.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, he has the innate ability to change shots. What a competitor.
Now here's Gordon. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Capella. And Rubio kicks to Towns. Shoots from 12. Hits the front of the rim and out.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Harden outside. He feeds it to Capella. Back to Harden. Gordon for three. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Minnesota. On defense, Houston. Wiggins dishes to Pekovic. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, unfortunately for Pekovic, injuries have really slowed down his career in the recent past. But when he's healthy, he truly bolsters their lineup. This guy's arguably one of the strongest players in the NBA.
Nene, he's checked in for the Rockets. And so Pekovic nails both of them. Speaking about the strength of Pekovic, it's something that if you ask any NBA player who is the strongest in the league, he probably is the common answer.
Yeah, I think you're right, Kevin. He may not be the heaviest or the tallest, but Pekovic is built like a brick house. You know he is going to clog the lane defensively and eat space whenever he's on the floor. And you just hope his body can withstand all the bumping and grinding he gets involved in under the rim.
And it's Wiggins missing.
Ill-advised shot there.
You know, I really expected him to swing that one back around.
Here's Harden on the wing, covered by Rubio. Capella, the pass to Gordon, and stolen by Dunn. And now the Timberwolves on the break. He gives them a double-digit lead. That's now 8 points for Andrew Wiggins.
He's been lights out here in the second, and that's after a pretty good showing in the first.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. Well, you take a look at Chris Dunn out of Providence. It's easy to see what talent evaluators see in this young man.
6'4", long arms, strength, blinding quickness. He is an NBA athlete and then some. In a draft year that was light on point guards, you knew he'd be one of the first to hear his name called.
Now, here is Harden. A 17-point game for him in the win against New Orleans. And Harden with the stuff.
Well, great vision by Nene, right? I mean, if you're the help defensive guy, you can't leave your man. He's that good a passer.
Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. Stolen by Harden. To the inside. Houston moving the ball around. Wiggins with the block.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Rubio dishes to Wiggins. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. The Rockets making a switch here. Harrell's checked in. Here's Harden. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Ricky Rubio picks one up.
You know, the thing about James Harden, though, there's really no perfect way to defend him. I mean, he can torch you from deep, drives the lane as well as anybody, especially when he's looking to create contact. And in many ways, your best defense against him is a good offense. You try to match some of his points by scoring on the other end. Well documented that maybe defense not his strength, but, you know, that's an area where if you want to have success, you're going to have to do a good job on that end.
Now, here's Rubio. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. There's a good screen. Pekovic passes to Rubio. Towns a screen on Harden. 2 on the clock. From deep 3-point range, Rubio misses. And thinking about ways to stop Harden, part of the problem is that he's really built like no other player out there.
Physically, he's got that barrel of a body, the long arms, and just enough quickness to blow by you. He's elusive, yet always looking for contact, which is why he lives at the free throw line.
Here is Rubio, following the score by Houston. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Levine's checked in. Houston also making some changes. Nene comes in for Clint Capella. And it's KJ McDaniels in for Trevor Ariza. Stolen by Rubio. Outside Levine. From outside the arc. Rebound by Harrell. Rockets trail by 4. Here's McDaniels, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. It's Nene, high post. Towns on him. Harden kicks to Nene. Kicks it out to Harden. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead.
He hasn't been able to shoot for a high percentage this quarter, but he's still pushing the action.
And Wiggins throws it down.
Wow, able to survey over the top of defenses as well as squeeze into tight quarters. Rubio is the consummate playmaker.
Now, here's Brewer. 5 points in the game. Here's Nene. Nifty move. And he lays it up and in. Nene's got 8 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Levine dishes to Rubio. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
I tell you, the jumper might not be the prettiest of pictures, but the offensive spacing improves dramatically when Rubio hits it.
Gets a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback. Pekovic has got 4 points this quarter.
What instincts this guy has on the glass. Has a real knack for getting in tight and always being ready for the tip.
And now Minnesota on the fast break. Levine with the ball. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Pekovic, count that bucket. And now a 9-point Timberwolves lead.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Harden against Rubio. Harrell kicks to Brewer. Here's McDaniels. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. Clock is at 3. And here's Harden for 3. Rebound, Minnesota.
And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
You know, clearly out of rhythm. He's pressing the issue right now. I'd like to see him get his teammates involved.
Now here's Pekovic. 6 points for him. And Towns gets it to go.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Well, the one question Zach LaVine had when he entered the NBA is whether or not he could be a reliable contributor on offense. The doors he's put in the work to improve his efficiency a great deal in that regard.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that for LaVine is that he's worked on his jump shot to where he's now more of a threat. He upped his field goal percentage from mid-range and from deep since his rookie season. He's shown better judgment in the shots he takes. All of that goes into making him a better player.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And we take a look here at the shot chart.
What a display we've seen from them so far. Every half open look they've gotten, they've knocked down and show no signs of letting up. Right now, they are in the driver's seat. As long as they can keep their rhythm on offense, they'll just steamroll this team the rest of the way.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And when you look at the Rockets, I mean, plenty of offense, but last year there was a huge drop-off defensively. And given this team's lofty goals, that really flies right in the face of that old adage, defense wins championships.
They get it back. Here's Rubio, and the rejection by Harden. McDaniels passes to Capella, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
You know, solid low post possession on that one. I mean, that's where you want the points coming from. Nice high percentage looks.
Takes it from 10. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Over to the left wing. Shot by McDaniels, no good. And talking about how the Rockets are structured, they do have some players on the roster, Greg, who can play defense. It's a wonder they've been so bad at that end.
I mean, the problem with defense, though, Kevin, is that it takes all 5 guys to buy in. You have to have a level of trust on the floor, and that happens for the Rockets only once in a while, which is why they give up an insane number of points to their opponents.
Here is Harden after the made shot from Ricky Rubio. Harden kicks to Brewer. McDaniels dishes to Capella. And some nice passing there by Houston. That one goes in. McDaniels got his second bucket tonight.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
That kind of ability to adjust in the air is the only way to do it when you're faced with that much of a size disadvantage in the paint.
Count it. Wiggins has got the lead up to 11 now for the Timberwolves.
Boy, very difficult to defend when he gets into this kind of rhythm, which has been all quarter long.
And Brewer kicks to Harrell. In the corner, Harden. A beautiful reverse layup. Harden's got 9.
Just great use of the rim to shield the defender from the ball and finish on the reverse.
He tries for 3. Rubio misses. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Timberwolves lead by 9. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Andrew Wiggins led the way in the first half. He had 12 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
Well, they're out in front tonight because of their offensive rebounding. Those second chance buckets came into play in a big way. Those are effort points, momentum builders, salvaging points off the scrap heap.
That concludes our halftime presentation. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
We come back to Minnesota now with a striking look at the 10th Avenue Bridge, downtown Minneapolis, off in the distance. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Andrew Wiggins really making a difference here.
It's been about his ability to just lock down the opponent from a defensive standpoint. A lot of shots also being blocked.
His timing is great, and it gets tremendous lift. Guys are having a hard time shooting over him.
A high-flying pair of Levine and Wiggins are the 2 and the 3. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Garnett, and it's done in at the point guard. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. Anderson passes to Gordon. Kicks it out to Harden. Back to Gordon. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Doris, just looking around the league, who are some of the players that you feel are underrated or don't get the kind of credit for what they do night in and night out?
Yeah, the first guy that comes to mind, and I know just the respect that coaches have for him, is Paul Millsap, right? I mean, this is a guy who is a little bit undersized to play the power forward, has got to use his speed and his guile to be effective around the rim, works so hard to develop that perimeter game. Kyle Lowry, right? Dynamic in terms of his scoring ability, his toughness. He's absolutely the personality that drives that. And maybe Isaiah Thomas.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
5'9".
Right, 5'9", but I'll tell you, the guy's got guts when the game is on the line. Boston was able to be competitive before he arrived. They couldn't close games until he arrived.
Buries it from three-point range. Timberwolves leading by 5. Inside. And Garnett, that's good. Garnett's got 6.
Well, the prototypical modern-day power forward comes about as a result of KG paving the way.
Leaves the dishes to Hart. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And the results for Minnesota haven't come just yet during their rebuild, but Doris, they have plenty of things to cheer for. This is one of the most dynamic and exciting offenses to watch in the league.
Oh, Kevin, there's no doubt. Up and down the roster, the Wolves have players that are always a threat to make a top 10 play. Wiggins and Levine, both some of the best dunkers in the league. Cat can do things most players his size only dream about.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, smartphones and other technology are ubiquitous nowadays. Clippers head coach Doc Rivers says teams do pay a price. Social media and texting has absolutely hurt chemistry, he said. He recalled his championship season with the Celtics. And one of the best things that happened to them was during the preseason in Italy, the players couldn't get a wireless signal, and they had to actually talk with one another. Kevin?
Yeah, that connection between players can make a difference. Thanks, David. Don misses.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
He knows it. He just got locked into scoring mode and couldn't get out of it.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 11. And Anderson kicks to Capella. The kick out to Anderson. No good from outside. Timberwolves leading by 7. Levine with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Here's Wiggins, and Capella sends it back, and they're able to recover. Here's Towns. That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And that one's good. Wiggins. And so here is Houston. Ariza outside. Down low. Towns with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Dunn wide open. He fires offline with his 3.
He just never looks comfortable when he's that far away from the basket.
Harden up top. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. 6 to shoot. Ariza kicks to Harden. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Harden's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, he's so integral to the success of their offensive system.
Garnett outside. To the paint. Towns, the pass to Garnett. And it goes down 2 points. Garnett's got 8 points.
What a quick read by Towns, always keeping his head up.
Gordon dishes to Ariza. Back to Gordon. Capella inside. Towns on him. And it's Capella missing.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Wiggins kicks to Dunn. Oh, trying for it. And to find Towns. Gets it to him. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Timeout called, the Rockets. And Doris, a lot of people knew that Towns would be good in the NBA, but just how quickly he has established himself as a defensive force is very impressive. You can see how he impacts decisions that opponents are making on the floor around him.
Yeah, I think Towns is always lurking and always aware of what the opposite offense is thinking about, and so he gets a lot of his blocks when the shooter didn't even know Cat was in position to block it. And what's really impressive is how versatile Cat is with who he can match up with and his defense individually in one-on-one situations.
And the Rockets making a change here. Harrell's checked in. Levine kicks to Dunn. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
On a pretty good day for them so far, his shooting has been one of the tough spots.
Timberwolves leading by 9. Dunn with it. He's provided them with some scoring punch and is averaging 13 points a game. Comes up empty down low.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
I'll tell you, just his mere presence inside, his instincts for Entering shots, exceptional.
And it's Begovic missing.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
Yeah, he's reliable on defense. Doesn't allow a shooter any separation to get comfortable.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Here is Harden. He's got 13. Harrell kicks to Capella. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Capella's got 14.
Boy, that's great patience. Work the ball until you find a mismatch for the easy bucket.
Now here's Levine. 13 points in the game. Kicks it to Begovic. Baseline J on the way. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got his 3rd assist on the night. Rockets trail by 9. Harden the pass to Gordon. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, from a broadcasting perspective, Doris, just how global has the game of basketball grown with advances in the accessibility of the games being played?
You know what I marvel at is how the next generation consumes sports content. Live sports are still what the viewer wants, but you'll see so many people watching on mobile devices, right? Small tablets, phones. It's incredible to me how different our business is, Kevin. News is now not broken in a newspaper story. News is broken on social media.
Don't you think, Doris, it's promoted that way too, because owners in this league that are very in tune with the tech side of the business?
Many of them are businessmen and have succeeded because they've been visionaries in their field, and certainly they want to know, how is our content getting to that next generation?
Good point. Levine. Rockets trail by 7. Brewer pushes to Capella, and Begovic gets the whistle that time. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. The first free throw is good.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the 2nd.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Minnesota leading by 6. Left side, Levine lets it go from deep. The Rockets pull it in. Capella's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And some nice passing there by Houston. In the corner, it's Brewer. Harrell kicks to McDaniels. Pass to Harrell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Harrell slams it in.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Yeah, with the score this tight, someone has to come over and take the charge, or at least contest the shot.
Again, Levine missing. Rockets trail by 4. Here's McDaniels. He's got 6. Off the left rim and out. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. Stolen by McDaniels. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Here's Brewer. Off target from outside. Minnesota's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the 3rd. Still 0 for 3. Dunn's shot's good.
And it's awesome to see Dunn works in his effective mid-range jumper. So sharp, so accurate.
And Brewer kicks to Capella. Kevin Garnett with the steal. Levine wide open. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And now a 9-point Timberwolves lead.
Lined it up and knocked it down. His 2nd triple tonight.
Brewer the pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Here's Brewer. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. And now just a 5-point Timberwolves lead. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the 3rd. They set the screen. Here's Dunn. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Brewer. No good off the back of the rim.
You know, something's off. His shot mechanics, perhaps, and they need him to shoot it well right now.
Begovic with a screen. Here's Dunn. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Rockets trail by 5. McDaniels kicks to Harrell. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Harrell's got 4 this quarter.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And Capella sends it back. Out of bounds, Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. Minnesota making some changes. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Hill comes in for Cole Aldridge. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Levine. Here's Hill. Goes to the reverse layup and caps it in. Hill's got his second basket of the night.
And how about the veteran Garnett, letting that play develop and the quick pass.
On the wing, Brewer. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Hill. That free throw, no good.
Boy, is he really getting after it here in the second half, just drawing a ton of fouls.
Second free throw, no good.
And the free throw line has not been kind to him tonight, and that's a running theme. It's something he's got to work on.
Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Timberwolves leading by 5. Now done. 6 points for him. And Rubio kicks to Hill. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Ennis dishes to McDaniels. Here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it down hard.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Yeah, and an example of why you want to let the game come to you. The opening presented itself, he converted in a big way.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
Well, there's no question about why they're up. His accuracy has been phenomenal tonight.
Nene, the pass to Ennis. To the paint, deflects the pass. It's stolen by Hill. Pushing it up. And here we go. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. While we have a moment here, let's reveal the teams that have been holding opponents to the fewest points this month. In second, the Rockets.
And they've just been on a defensive tear. I mean, allowing so few points. And really, I think it's the energy with which they've played.
And he knocks down the first one.
I think the one glaring issue with Ricky Rubio has always been his efficiency with his perimeter game. You know, he's never shot over 40% from the floor in his entire career. It's one aspect that if he could become consistent with, his game would soar to a whole new level.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Higgins is checked in. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Houston. Now, here's Nene. He's got 8. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Dunn kicks to Rubio. Hill sets the screen for Rubio. Now the dish to Jang. The shot, no good. And Houston the other way now. McDaniels passes to Harrell. He kicks it to Gordon. Feeds to Harrell. And some nice passing there by Houston. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. McDaniels, he can't hit that time. Hill with some nice D. And here is Dunn. 6 points for him. Hill sets the screen for Dunn. Shoots a 3. It's rebounded by Houston. And with Rubio, his strength of the player isn't his scoring, but he does, Doris, need to be able to make shots at a rate where teams can't leave him alone.
Well, Kevin, I think he's improved that perimeter a game enough that on most nights you've got to play him honest. He's even shown improvement in his ability to make a 3. Still, he might have already reached his potential as a player if he can't find a way to contribute more with his scoring.
The Rockets making a switch here. Rockets trail by 7.
And they can guarantee this is the last possession of the quarter if they hold it.
Right, which they should. No reason not to use the rest of the clock here.
Stolen by Rubio. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Here's Hill. Misses in close.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
Boy, if you're going to challenge him in the lane, you better go strong.
The third quarter comes to a close. Minnesota on top, up 7. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
One shot, then when we make a miss, bro.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Minnesota leading by 7. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Nene is out there with Harrell. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then it's Harden. And it's Onuaku in at the 3 spot. Harden gets to Ariza. Back to Harden. To the wing on the left. Out to the right wing. Down low. Here's Nene. And Nene slams it in.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
And if you can blame it on a terrible defensive breakdown, one that could possibly swing the momentum here.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. That sends Gorgie Jang to the free throw line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. Anderson, he's checked in for Houston.
Now, this is a guy who was 63% from the free throw line his first year. Zhang now has transformed himself into a very good free throw shooter.
Anderson dishes to Nene. And Nene with the stuff.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Rubio, the pass to Towns, unloads from 13. Rebound by Nene. Nene's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Ariza kicks to Harden. Buries it from 3-point range.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Here's Rubio. He dishes it to Towns. It's good. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
Yeah, this is one of the better catch-and-shoot bigs in the NBA already. Towns doing everything these days.
Ariza dishes to Nene. And he banks in the layup. Nene's got 6 in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Rubio, the pass to Levine. Towns, a screen on Ariza. On the wing, Levine. Ariza covering. 4 on the clock. Here's Dang. The rebound by Anderson. Rockets trail by 5. Back to Harden. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Oh, here we go. Rubio's got it on the fast break chance. And it's Wiggins missing. Rockets have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Anderson kicks to Nene. And here's Harden for 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Ariza against Levine. To the middle. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
I mean, the first thing you notice about Gorgie Jang is when he's on the floor, it's his defensive presence. Very long arms to bother shooters, quick movement to stay and track drivers as they come to the rim. Such a force.
And with Jang's defensive presence, Doris, he'll always find a way onto the floor. Everything else he does is icing on the cake.
Well, it isn't just protecting the rim that Zhang excels at, right? He also has great timing to deny passes and come up with some steals. He's carved out a nice role for himself in the NBA.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Rubio with a wide open look. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Boy, in the latter stages, his shot is off. At least they're still winning.
Here's Ariza. The Rockets again can't hit. Timberwolves leading by 7. Here's Towns. It's rebounded by Houston. Harden's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Ariza dishes to Capella. Anderson wide open. Another miss by Houston. The Timberwolves have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Levine passes to Rubio. Back to Levine. Good D by Ariza. Rockets trail by 7. And it's Anderson atop the key. And stolen by Wiggins. Inside, Towns. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
First free throw is good.
You know, I think one thing about Towns that sets him apart is that basically at this young age, no holes in his game, which is sort of remarkable. I mean, I don't think there's very many players in the NBA at his age that can say that. And you think about all of the aspects and facets that he has to his game, virtually every single one of them he's able to do at a high level.
Now here's Ariza and slam dunk by Nene.
And how about this offensive production from Nene? He's got it going on tonight.
Towns the screen. Levine kicks to Garnett. There's the pick. Back to Levine from downtown. Ariza with the rebound. And Towns does everything so well. At such a young age, Doris. Pass is great. A strong defender. Has no problem playing inside or outside on offense and moves great for his size.
You're right, Kevin. And he doesn't do anything maybe at the best level in the NBA just yet. But when you put the whole package together, boy, it's jaw-dropping, his ability. Everything you want from an NBA player, that's Karl Anthony Towns.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns. Donnie's checked in for Ricky Rubio. And Anderson kicks to Gordon. 3 on the clock. Here's Onowaku. Another miss by Houston.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The ability of Levine, it's eye-popping on certain nights.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
It's hard not to think of those amazing dunks. Contest when you think of Zach LaVine. 2 titles in that contest already to his name. May be the best dunker in the league and one of the best all time before it's all said and done.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Thank you, David. Now here's Harden. Houston moving the ball around. Gordon dishes to Anderson. And stolen by Dunn. Pass to Towns. Shot left block. Count it. And it's a 12-point Timberwolves lead. And with Levine and his dunking, he is so effortless in how he glides through the air. Dorsey can put on a show anytime he has an open path.
Well, he's got eye-popping athleticism and out-of-the-world dunk contest material, that's for sure. His duel with Aaron Gordon injected a lot of life and interest into the NBA's dunk contest All-Star Weekend.
Now done. James Harden missing on the three. Towns, no luck.
Boy, his shot's a little off tonight, but they're out in front because other guys are stepping up.
And here's Anderson from the arc. No good that time. Towns with the defensive effort. Here's Wiggins. Dishes it to Dunn. Goes back up. Towns, the pass to Dunn.
Have to admire how Dunn draws these fouls. Just a master at fooling whoever is on you.
Chris Dunn. 2 shots. The free throw drops in for Dunn. And for a team with as much talent as the Rockets have had over the last few seasons, the results have been pretty mixed.
Yeah, and look at the club's recent rosters. I mean, they've been filled with a couple mega stars than everyone else. At some point, you have to look past all the individual stuff and make the commitment as a team to play for each other. Unselfish, fundamental basketball.
The pass to Levine. Wiggins right side. The feed to Towns. The 15-footer, Garnett. And another shot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, the league's most valuable player in 2004. What a career KG has had.
No good on that one. And what a return it's been for Kevin Garnett here to Minnesota, the franchise that drafted him. He played the most games with, won the MVP with, and Doris, it's been a great homecoming to see him transition in the next generation.
And Kev, you can't say enough about the impact KG has on a locker room full of young players, right? His intensity, his approach to the game is few and far between in the NBA. Not only one of the greatest power forwards to ever play, obviously, but one of the greatest leaders in NBA history.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
You know, since halftime, he's finally started to shoot with confidence.
Here's Gordon, following the score by Kevin Garnett. Here's Ariza. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 6 assists here tonight. Done with it. Now here's Wiggins. Levine for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Harden kicks to Capella. That's tipped. Here's Towns. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Towns has got 12 points here in the second half.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Gordon dishes to Capella. Count that one.
Wow, and how huge has he been today? Really just giving his team a nice lift.
They'd be in a much deeper hole without his contributions, no doubt about it.
Now, here's Dunn. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
And it's a guessing game for the D when Dunn is involved in pick-and-roll situations. He can beat you in so many ways.
Ariza against Wiggins. And the rejection by Towns. Capella with the bucket. Minnesota leading by 12. Dunn passes to Towns. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Yeah, as we just saw, you don't always have to get the block to make a defensive impact.
Dunn kicks to Levine. And the layup's good off the glass. Levine's got 5 points now this quarter.
And the length of Dunn really annoys the opposition. So good at sticking his hands in passing lanes and coming away with steals.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
Harrell, he's checked in for Ryan Anderson. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
Poor decision making. You know he wants that one back.
Minnesota's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Dunn kicks to Wiggins. The baseline jumper goes down. Now a timeout called by Houston. One added pressure, Doris, that Wiggins has that is unique to himself is that he carries most of the weight of Canada's international basketball dreams.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
The free throw drops for Towns.
Well, you just love the way Cat carries himself. I'll say this, he knows what work is.
And the Rockets making a change here. Brewer's checked in. Dunn dishes to Towns. Banked in off the glass. Towns has got 15 points here in the second half.
And this collapse we've seen by their interior defense, it's really the reason why they've struggled and are in such a hole.
Their D is getting chewed up. It's time for someone to step forward, put their foot down, and put a stop to these easy baskets.
Here's Nene. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Too big, too strong. Nene powering through the contact. That's one heck of a finish. Obviously a different role for Nene these past few seasons. This was once one of the better starting centers in the league. Now he only starts in spots, and he just doesn't seem to have the same impact on the game.
Here's Wiggins. Misses off the left iron.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
No, and it looked like he got a bit ahead of himself and just couldn't pull back.
And with Nene, you think back to when he was able to plant himself on a blocked Doris and just get any shot he wants through sheer strength and force, but not anymore.
Well, I think the one thing, Kevin, you can say is Nene still gives you good efficiency as a post player in terms of his productivity. The problem is with the way the game is moving, it's harder to find him guaranteed minutes. Obviously, there are quicker and more versatile options at the power forward.
Another miss by Minnesota. And for Houston, they're shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Timberwolves.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over. And we've come to expect nothing less from one of the league's elite players, but another tour de force for Towns.
Listen, we know he can affect a game with his quick hands and getting steals, and he really did that tonight, and I thought it helped fuel their defensive possessions.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Aldridge comes in for Kevin Garnett. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Wiggins, and Shabazz Muhammad subbed in for Levine. Here's Dunn. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thanks, Kevin. Now we have the opportunity to bring Karl Anthony Towns. Boy, he warmed up in the second half, running roughshod just merciless against anyone trying to guard him.
It's amazing how often he was able to slash right through the defense and get to the rim for an easy deuce. Come on, man. They couldn't stop his penetration, Ernie. All those points he racked up from the paint made a big difference.
Tonight we saw him doing what he does best, control the backboards. With him out there, an opponent can't expect more than one shot for one possession. This guy eats every rebound. They're not giving up any second chances when he's on the floor.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.